Donald Trump announced earlier this week that if he wins this November, if he gets a second term, he's going to put Elon Musk in charge of a government agency intending to do to the rest of the government what Elon Musk has already done to Twitter. It's in the name of efficiency and cutting spending and stuff like that, but we've seen what happens when he does that. Things stop working and everything gets way more racist. So anyway, Trump was talking to the Economic Club of New York, which is where regular people go. It's just regular Joes at the Economic Club of New York. He's a populist, you understand, people. And he said, at the suggestion of Elon Musk, who has given me his complete and total endorsement, I will create a government efficiency commission tasked with conducting a complete financial and performance audit of the entire federal government and making recommendations for drastic reforms. We need to do it. Can't go on the way we are now. And obviously from my intro, and if you've been watching for a while, you know that I don't necessarily have a lot of respect for Elon Musk, but that doesn't mean that he can't be efficient. I mean, if you take a look at this headline, like he was able to destroy the value of Twitter way faster than anyone would have expected. It was super efficient how he made $24 billion just vanish, gone. It only took a couple of years for him, and Tesla's reputation is in worse straits than ever before. He decided rather than to pursue the part of the market people actually care about, affordable electric cars, he decided he'd make the worst truck that's ever existed. And so some of these are bold and or efficient moves, but I don't know that it's necessarily gonna help our government. And he has said, Musk, that this commission would aim to examine how agencies are spending money. Agencies across the federal government working in areas that have one thing in common. Elon Musk doesn't know anything about any of it, but he'll evaluate whether they need to be spending money that way. And he said he will eliminate unsensible spending. Again, he has no training or inclination to be able to evaluate that, but he'll be in charge. And by the way, just for the purposes of our discussion, at that same economic club meeting, Trump said he's going to further reduce the corporate tax rate. So that's gonna go down to 15% from the 21% it's at now. Bear in mind, before he became president, it was 35. So it will be a nice chunk less than half what it was less than a decade ago. So mission accomplished for the wealthiest people in the country. He's going to stimulate more energy production. And that's necessary because they pretend that we're not already exporting more energy than we ever have as a country, which of course we are. Get rid of government regulations, businesses don't like them, and make us the crypto center of the world. So he has proposed some plans.
Hey, don't scroll away. Come back. Because before the video continues, we just want to urge you to lend your support to TYT. You power our honest reporting. You do it at tyt.com/team, and we love you for it. Yeah, so part of fascism is combining the state with corporate interests. And so when you say, oh, here's a guy who runs, SpaceX, X, Tesla, etc., why don't you just take over the government? He's going to do an audit of the entire federal government. And he's going to be in charge of doing a drastic overhaul that we're just handing it to one of Trump's donors. Not just a businessman, not the richest, just the richest man in the world, which is already, think about it. We're handing America over to the richest man in the world. Like, here, just have it. Do whatever you want with it. I mean, if you're a populist, you should loathe this. But on top of that, he's one of Trump's donors. So Trump is saying, he gave me his complete and strong endorsement, in other words, a ton of money, so I'm giving him the US government in return. That's insanity. So look, I play fantasy football and our friends joke around whenever we have a vote on an issue, if it affects you that week, in whether on who you get to start or whatever, we always vote in our own self-interest, of course, right? And then go, I'm not voting out of self-interest. I just genuinely believe this, right? So that's what Elon Musk is gonna do. He's gonna go in there and go, hey, look at all these things that massively help my companies and maybe hurt my competition and whatever else I decide to do, because now the American government's my toy. So we're supposed to believe that he's gonna show, you know what? I don't even care about making money, even though I've been obsessed with it my entire life. I don't even care about power, even though it's obvious that I'm trying to accumulate as much power as humanly possible. I'm going to reform the American government on your behalf and ignore the fact that I've given Donald Trump, what, is it up to $100 million? But a ton of money to be able to purchase this ability to totally gut the US government and turn it into something that is nothing but corporate friendly, corporate rule, and crush the average guy.
I mean, that's what efficiency means to these guys. Cenk and John, think about it. I mean, both of these guys have an extremely similar upbringing. Both of them exist in a capacity where we are even talking about either one of them because they're dad's wealth. Neither one of them did anything. If people throw around genius when they talk about Elon, but geniuses display, quirkiness. Yeah, he has that. Or childlike behavior. Yeah, he has that. He's eccentric. Yeah, but he's not creative. He doesn't have a new idea, or he does not bring a new relationship between idea and unthought of things like Einstein with mass and energy. That's not Elon Musk. What Elon Musk does, he uses dad's wealth that was transferred to him by the luck of genes, not DKNY, but genes, and literally, and just take that money and buy the experts in the field until he can't use them anymore. Then he run them off, i.e. Tesla, the two founders of it, and any other idea that, i.e. Twitter. So this guy is not a genius. We just throw that word around when we equate it with people with a lot of money. I mean, hell, last year, Kanye West was considered a genius. And I think Donald Trump finds comfort in the fact that he is worthless without his dad's money when he sees Elon Musk being the richest man in the world. And that is the glue that will never break up that relationship.
So guys, I always say on the show, I've said it hundreds of times, just if you think something, if you're just trying to evaluate something, think about it as shoe on the other foot and see if it still works, right? So we do that all the time when it affects us. And if you're MAGA, right wing, independent, I'm asking you to do it in this case. Now, he says, well, Elon Musk is an incredibly successful businessman, so obviously I should hand over the entire federal government to him. By the way, I thought you were president. Anyway, and he's gonna reform the whole government. Why don't you do it? Anyway, but okay, he's a super successful businessman, we gotta give it to him. Imagine if a Democrat said the same exact thing, but just changed the name from Elon Musk to Bill Gates. Are you still in favor of it? No, the 5G and the Bill Gates and the children, no way, he's gonna take over the whole government, the 5G and put it in my head. But no, Elon Musk is a saint. Bill Gates is an evil businessman, if you're on the right these days, and maybe on the left. But Elon Musk is a saint who's just gonna do it on your behalf. You sure? You sure, dog? Okay, let's do one last thing. How about another super successful businessman who's also a giant donor like Elon Musk is? Can you imagine if Kamala Harris said, oh yeah, once I'm in, I'm going to hand the entire federal government over to George Soros. Republicans, you know it. You know, without a shadow of a doubt, this is what your head would do. Right?
Great government.
Yeah, and right now, I guarantee you every right winger watching this, she's gonna do that anyway. No, she's not. She's gonna hand it over in mass to her overall donors, because that's what every politician does. And we're the only show that's honest about both sides doing it. But she's not gonna just pick one guy, the other donors would be mad, right? And just give him the government and say, oh, just shred it. Just do whatever the hell you want with it, right? She's definitely not gonna do that. You're living in a total delusion if you think she's just gonna give it to one donor. But it doesn't matter, because even in that scenario where you've convinced yourself, oh yeah, but what about you, right? Then right back at you, brother. What about you? Your guy just said in public to a bunch of incredibly wealthy businessmen, I'm gonna take the one who's giving me the most money and hand the US government over to them.
Yeah.
If you're not sickened by that, like, okay, congratulations, you love the elites, you love corruption, you love money in politics, and just admit it and go, oh, MAGA's for the elites. If only a couple of billionaires could shred our government and not give a damn about the American people. Yes, MAGA, let the poor elites run this place for once. And that's what MAGA turned into, from drain the swamp to fill the swamp. You lost your way along the way.
Just a quick comment. I mean, the MAGA was never about draining the swamp. It was actually about hating who Donald Trump and the white people that support him hates. I'm not saying every single MAGA supporter is racist. I am saying every single MAGA supporter is racist.
Okay, I don't agree. That goes too far. Okay, I think it's 50-50, and people can get mad at that. But I think, Mondale, I think a ton of MAGA guys actually hate the corruption. Now you could say, hey, maybe that plus what you're saying, or you could say you and I don't agree on the percentages. And by the way, if you think Mondale's completely wrong and there's just no racists in the country, and golly gee, the racists would never support Donald Trump, you're also being ridiculous.
100%.
So. But hey, we all have different opinions on this, and our ranges between, well, let's say maybe 1/4 to 100%. So there. Thanks for watching the Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.